Hello everyone, welcome to today's video by xfactortrader.com. Let's get right to the SPY. If you guys recall from my last video, I called for a bounce. Yesterday I called it on Twitter. I am anticipating a bounce first thing as soon as Monday based off the support and the doji candle that we got, and sure enough we're getting follow through today. So another great call, another great profit. I took the money right at the 200 moving average on a 10-minute chart here as it consolidated. It tried to bust through intraday, but just did not. I think it does have a little more room for upside tomorrow, maybe another day or two. Maybe it could test these pivots, but this was a beautiful gap up and go. And right here, I took the money right here on this gap up, and that was a beautiful play. And you could also play on the retrace as well on the first hit of the 20 moving average on a 10-minute chart. So this is a nice bull flag. See, it's a big volume in the first candles, and you get a nice pullback to the 20 MA. That was a beautiful spot. Also called that on Twitter. If you want to check out my Twitter account at xfactortrader, that's on Twitter. Called this out right at the right time, around 11:50 at Eastern Standard Time. Okay, guys, you can check that out. Called that beautifully and took the money at the 200 moving average. And now I think that has a little more room upside. It does indeed. Another day or two based on the daily chart. Just flip that over right now. You got a nice doji closed above the high of that candle. So I do expect it does have, not much upside, but a few days, maybe a day or two more of upside. Okay, guys, so let's see how that all plays out. Also, if you look at the other indexes, other ETFs like the XLF, I called that it was at major support here, dropping right into these moving averages. This was a 20 moving average on a daily chart, this blue line, and we got a nice bounce. Bank of America as well. Called these out in my last video, hitting 2 moving averages. Support is now previous resistance, now support. And that's why you're getting that beautiful bounce. So all these levels were called out Sunday night. Okay, so even before the futures were open, I was able to make these calls just based off of the chart, just based off a nice bullish pattern into support, into previous resistance. That's all it is. I mean, it really is that simple. Once you can read these charts, it is a very beautiful, beautiful thing. You can start profiting for the rest of your life, quite frankly. And right here, another thing I mentioned, that a lot of these charts are making doji candles and they're hitting or near hitting their 50-day moving averages. Okay, so that's always a very fantastic spot for swing traders to get involved, to pick up a position short term for a nice 3 to 7 day bounce and just let it run, let your profits ride. And that's the beautiful thing about what swing traders do, if you know what you're doing. There's the IWM right here beautifully right into the 10-day moving average, pulling back, but another follow-through day for the IWM. I did call that it was leading, and let's see if the indexes will catch up on Monday, and that's exactly what happened. And as the rest of the markets are bouncing today very, very beautifully. Let's look at Twitter. Twitter is actually starting to look a little better based on what I'm seeing. It could be based on what I'm seeing on this candle, just based off this candle right here, this doji candle. It appears that it could be making a higher low here. So it might not get to the double bottom. Maybe it'll try to make a short-term bounce and make a pattern here, maybe a triangular pattern if you connect the tops right here. And it could be maybe due for another small bounce before heading in a more definitive direction. But right now, this doji candle does kind of signal me that it is going to try to bounce in the next coming days. So let's watch out for Twitter on a bigger time frame. If you're more of a macro trader, more long-term trader, you want to get involved right at the $42 level right here. See this nice green bar, and then nice inside pattern. And this would be your spot if you're a longer term trader. Short term, that's a good spot for the next few days on the daily chart where I mentioned. But let me go back to that right now. So this would be a nice maybe 1 to 2 day swing trade if you want to take that based off that doji candle, and you would just stop out on a close below that level, which was let's see, low is 51.35. So if you wanted to play that would be a nice short-term trader. It depends what kind of trader you are, and if you're not sure what kind of trader you are, you should check out our website. We have 3 services for you, whether you're a day trader, swing trader, or investor, and we have all those services for you, and we have a 15-day free trial for you guys to check those out. And we also have education DVDs on the way, so there's plenty of stuff for you guys there. So if you go back to the monthly chart, this is for more long-term players. If you go back to about 41.87, right at the low of that candle, that's where your entry would be. I mean, that would be a beautiful, very small stop out, big low risk, high reward trade. If you enter there, your stop out would be any close below this monthly candle. Okay, on Twitter. Okay, let's go over Google. Google as well. I called out in my previous video. It's just beautiful stuff, guys. It sounds like a broken record, but it is what it is. I mean, these are the charts I called out on my last video. You guys can check that out on my channel, my YouTube channel. Basically just a 50-day moving average play. Very simple, uptrending chart, every single time frame. The first hit, well, this is actually the second hit of the 50 moving average on this big uptrend, so that's going to be a solid level. Go to weekly chart, you're seeing uptrends, monthly chart, big uptrend. So, there's a saying, once you know how to read the trend, it really is your friend. I mean, it is simple as that. But the hard part is just knowing how to read these charts. It's not that hard. Once you know how to do this, guys, you can just profit for life, and that's the beauty of it all. It really is. So that's the beautiful bounce on Google right there off the green line as you're seeing. That's a 50-day moving average. It's just the average price for the last 50 days on Google. Okay, let's look at Apple very quickly. Try to run through these charts as we get this video moving along. Here we go. This was the that trend line that I called out. This was clear resistance, and this is going to continue to be resistant, but nothing really going on Apple right now. Just hovering in this range right here. Let's look at Amazon. I think Amazon has a good chance to start going for that. If it continues to consolidate here above these moving averages, maybe it'll start to curl up and let this 20-day catch up. It could ignite this and go to the next level. I'm going to call it right here. This is if you are long this stock, this is your first level, your first target, the gap fill. Gap window right here is going to be also minor resistance, but the more major resistance on the daily chart would be the actual official lower gap fill and the upper gap fill right here. So let me draw those in for you right there. That's your upside potential on Amazon. But the bigger pattern is inside bar, meaning it's a bearish down move, and then you're going to get a follow through retracement into gap fill. So that's if it continues to make the sideways pattern, like kind of how it did right here, off and caught these moving averages and kind of got a little move up. And let's see if I can do it again. Get a nice little sideways pattern, and then it can go up to the gap fill, which is right here on my chart, roughly estimating it's at 394.14 on Amazon, a lower gap fill. Okay, let's go to CMG. Let's go Chipotle Mexican Grill. And this is actually a good setup right here. You got your doji candle pretty much here, pretty much a narrow candle, pretty much a doji candle, and right at the 20-day moving average. See, that's why when you do analysis on charts, when you see a lot of these charts hitting their 20 or 50-day moving averages and the indexes are confirming that, there's a really good chance for the markets to bounce. And that's why I was able to put all these pieces together and make a call that way and call it out as it is what it is. And the market did bounce. So as you can see, our proprietary secrets do work, and they are profited. We're just profiting so much from it every single day. Let's go to Netflix. Another great chart. So I punched up right here. Netflix, you have to just start looking at the 50-day right here. Netflix, weak showing compared to the market, so it is relatively weak right now. But this consolidation and 50 moving average, that's going to be your spot right there. That's going to be a beautiful spot actually to go long on Netflix. And I think it can go maybe up here, so 400 to maybe 385-ish. I think there's support on the weekly chart there, but that's definitely something you want to keep an eye on Netflix. I think that's pretty much everything I want to go through. And let's see if I can go through probably a few more. Let's go through BlackBerry very quick. I think there's also some support there. It's nothing great. It does have, it is stuck in between this range here. So it is making a high base off this up move right here, this up move, and it's making a nice, see if you draw the lower band right here, it's around $9 and roughly $11 here. So it is between these in a nice tight narrow range, making a high base. So we'll just have to see. My charts are not letting me draw any longer right now. I'm going to refresh see if I can refresh the page and maybe go over a few more of these charts. But guys, we just launched a brand new website called xfactortrader.com. We offer 3 services for swing traders and day traders. If you want to join as a swing trader, we give out alerts, education, and you can ask questions. You can actually request for charts to be put up, and they're actually put up within 24 hours. So that's a free trial for that for 15 days. You can test it out, profit some money, and we'll go from there and see how you guys enjoy it. Okay, guys, there's this money to be had, profits already being booked in our research center and also our other services. Okay, guys, so definitely check that out. Okay, let's go Facebook. Let's try to see if we can get one more chart in before we take off Facebook. There's that band right there for BlackBerry. Beautiful high base right there. And let's go to Facebook really fast so we can get Facebook's chart up. Facebook's also really, it's just holding this trend line right now. If it makes another bounce and a lower high, that could be signaling a head and shoulder pattern here. Let's see right here. This could be the right shoulder, but right now nothing much on Facebook at the moment. Just pretty much just banging on that 20-day moving average. Maybe if it hits, pierces the 50-day moving average, that could be a nice, this green line, that could be a nice entry for a short-term trade for a day or two, okay? And perhaps I think that probably actually does coincide with this measured move. If this was a head and shoulder pattern, it takes you a little bit lower. It takes you to this consolidation kind of area here, which congestion right here. So let's see how that all plays out, but nothing much going on Facebook at the moment. Okay, guys, I hope you guys have a great evening. I will check you guys later. Make sure to check out our website. It's just brand new right now. It's just launched it at xfactortrader.com. I will talk to you guys next time. Thanks for checking us out. Bye.